Okay, good afternoon traders and welcome to the European preview with my brand new cover screen that Guilds has furnished me with. Now St Paul's looks to have lost a little bit of weight. Fascinating fact, here's the building just here, 85 Queen Victoria Street, where I started my career with CBA. Got a very funny story about this bridge and why it's called the Wobbly Bridge. But that's one for a couple of beers next time I see you. Right. Digression over, let's head back to the markets. Quiet day, as anticipated here. There's a lot of stuff going on over in the Middle East still. Obviously, you've got that stuff between Russia and Turkey with a Russian fighter jet getting shot down over Turkey, or was it? That's not had too much of a dramatic effect on the market. I suppose the debate here in the office has been, if there's an escalation of that, then there will be a hell of an effect on the market. Obviously, your thoughts will come straight to oil, stock markets, and all sorts of crazy fallouts that you get. Like, whoever thought sanctions on Russia would lead to the Kiwi getting smashed by nearly 8% because they couldn't sell their milk over there. Strange things are going to happen. Hopefully, it's just one of those things. It turns out to be a bit of a storm in a teacup, or storm in a storm cup, as Guilds like to say. But be aware, this does add a little bit of extra spice to the market. And don't forget, it's Thanksgiving week this week, so the liquidity will start to fall out the market. That should be reflected in your trading. So probably slightly smaller, even though it's Wednesday now, guys, especially in the States, are sort of switching off. That takes liquidity out of the market and exacerbates moves. So you probably want to bring your position size down and push your stops out a little bit further. And just make it a little bit safer to trade in this environment. Plus the geopolitical stuff, you've got that sort of cauldron there that's building up to be what could be quite a feisty December trading period. Okay, just whipping through what we got today. It was pretty quiet. I suppose the main stuff you'll have seen in the trade zone. A lot of comments out of the BOJ. I think overall they're sort of getting a little bit more bullish on their economy. Don't forget they're coming from a very low start. So keep an eye on that. Dollar yen, as you can see over here, has been pretty quiet. Had a little dip down, and we saw the dollar dip on all the currencies. It felt, pretty much like they just got stop losses out. They've got stops out down here. Let's have a look at the Aussie. Had a little sneak above this level. It's just, this 72.70 level seems to be sort of sticking at the moment, but it's still pretty much going up. Kiwi had a little look to the top side as well. There you go. Sterling and Euro a little bit quieter, and still you're seeing this sort of like splitting of the commodity currencies where they're nicely bid, and the dollar's bid against most of the other currencies. Here's sterling. Let's move away from that. I was looking at a daily chart before, back to my hourly. If you'd be so kind, please, cable chart. There you go. And seeing what's going on there. So, another little dip beneath here and then back up. It's sort of funny markets at the moment. Bear that in mind when you're taking your trades and getting them put on. So I'll just be adjusting that to the lows here. So I think you're looking at cable 150.50 is certainly forming a bit of a low, and you've got a trend line, a long-term trend line coming in as well. So that's something that I'm going to be looking at going into this session. Just nipping across Euro. Once again, this sort of strange pattern in Euro. It's sort of sideways. Yeah, want to sell it. That had a little look above the trend line coming back off again. And I'll just show you what I mean by that. I've updated this one already. But look, there's your line before. Look at that. Nicely. Took out stops, dragged the load of people in long, and then came back off. That was reflected across the board in Asia today. And I'm worried that we're going to start seeing stop loss hunting markets already. Okay, looking ahead into that European session, let's see where we're going to get some action tonight. Fundamentally, we've got, I suppose, the real big main number we've got coming up is, hold on a second, didn't realise the RBA Assistant Governor DeBell was speaking, so bear that in mind if you've got any Aussie positions going into tonight. I'll just have a little check what he's up to. He's at FX Week's European Annual Conference. I mean, why would you bother getting him when you could have got me for probably half the price, to be honest, and I'd have stayed at the parents' house just to make things cheaper for you. I'll be writing to them to let them know. No, the big number we've got out tonight is core durable goods out of the States. So not too much in the European session. I suppose the majority of people are going to be watching the news wires for more action out of the Middle East and what's going on there. Obviously, I'm sure we're sort of hoping it dies down a bit. And then that's pretty much it. The European session, there's some light stuff out, Italian retail sales, German 10-year bond auction. But really the big stuff is that core durable goods and the unemployment claims. Now, quote me if you can, but I believe that's a day early due to Thanksgiving. So keep an eye on that. That's 273. Well, the durable goods is really your tier one stuff. 0.5 is predicted, a 0.5 increase. So that's month on month. So that could be looking good. And obviously, if that comes out stronger, then I'm certainly going to be looking to get back in a long dollar position. So hopefully selling euro. I think that's probably going to be my stronger trade, and maybe buying dollar yen, and maybe even looking to get short cable as well. So, and I'll probably stick away from the commodities currencies because they seem to have gone off and sort of fragmented from the big dollar move. That's pretty much it for us, guys. It is a balmy 28, maybe 30 degrees out there here in Sydney town. So we're going to go and hit the beach, I think. I know Heza and Gibbo, you'll be glad to hear that in freezing cold London. But that's your main stuff, I think. They're your main themes at the moment. Don't forget liquidity due to the Thanksgiving Day holiday and all that means to the markets. Geopolitical stuff coming through, and then the fundamental things you've got all adds up to what could be a whippy session, but also you sort of don't want to be missing your next, what I think could be a leg up in the dollar, and that core durable goods number tied in with the unemployment claims could be what we're looking for to really get it cranking. Okay, guys, have a fantastic time, and any questions, give us a shout in the trade zone. Have a great session. Cheers.